Howdy ho. Right, we are heading out with a different mindset today. We're going to try a couple of different things. You'll see that I've got a 360, I've got the Hero 10, I've got the chin mount, I've got the noose mount, and I've got a chesty. So we're going to try 3 different positions on the same trail, and we're going to go from 50 frames per second on the Hero 10 down to 25 and 24, because watching a video from the Lone Wolf, was it Lone Wolf? I think it was Lone Wolf. No, Loam Ranger. It's just showing your speed perception comes from the peripherals. So with a lot slower frame rate, you should get more motion blur in the peripherals. So that's what we're going to try and do today. The 360, I've put a mount back on the top of the lid, so hopefully you'll be able to see a bit of that. Now what I am going to say is my lid is ceramic coated, nothing like sticking to it, so thanks for that. We'll see how it goes. Also, as you can see, this field is no longer a field, that field's no longer a field, and the river that we're just about to go across is still a river, but we're just extending it a little bit, so I expect the wood to be a bit muddy, hence why I'm not in Forest of Dean where I should be. Yeah. Well, that's something I've never seen, and apparently the farm's given them permission to do so. So we usually have quite a lot of arguments, shall we say, with the local people, saying we can't even ride our bikes here, but okay. I don't think I'm going to be mauled by these two. Oh, maybe Frenchie wants a bit of it. Hello. Oh no. Right, okay, so you're on the chin at 50 frames per second, so we're going to do a sighting run, see what the conditions are like and what the footage looks like at 50 frames per second compared to when we move them around at lower frames per second. It's actually not as muddy here as I was expecting it to be. Oh, here we go. Got to be careful with the roots. That's why I'm not riding in the Forest of Dean today. I didn't fancy wet mud, wet roots with my shoulder. So, okay, I think it's actually far better than I was expecting. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's just change you around a little bit. You're still up on the lid up the top here, and I'm going to put this one on at so it's in the max mod, okay, at 24 frames per second, 2.7k. So the funny thing about the max mod on the 10 anyway is you can only use it at 2.7, not at 4k, and I couldn't tell you for why that would be. I don't know how Brendog does this with a camera in his face the whole time. I'm just going to go down that one. Let's carry on down here. Keep it the same. Right. as I got down at the bottom last time, I realised I'd managed to turn my bike up to the auto mode rather than an eco, so hopefully, not that I need it in eco, but there's no point being blasted around. Okay, you notice it there. Oh, accelerating out the corners. Okay, we're at the end. GoPro, stop. Right, doing something that I never like doing, but I'm going to ride back up the footpath, or sorry, not footpath, the trail, which is, you know, I'm not saying it's an official downhill trail, but it's certainly one that we used to come down, because those nice 4x4s that I showed you earlier have absolutely destroyed the footpath going back up. But all in the name of the farmer, apparently. Right, so now you're on a chesty at 50 frames per second, so should be clear. Okay, should be nice and fast, but lower starting position, so you should get the whole bars, a little bit of the bike and the ground movement. I've taken out horizon leveling, so it'll be the same on all the footage. Right, press start. See how this one goes. I don't know how long you're going to last on that one. Right. It's slidey sideways. Oh. Oh. There we go. Still on the chesty, okay, but we're now down to 24 frames per second. I'm not going to use the max on this run. You've already seen enough of that. And then we'll go to the noose. Still going. That's annoying. That was a nice run there. Must have been the max turning off. Wee. Ooh. Spazguard has come loose. Well, that's not good. So ironically, I had some of this Velcro used to strap it down on my GoPro extended pole here. So hopefully that will keep it in place for the rest of the couple of runs. Right. So you're now on the noose and on the 360 on the chest. So I'll go between two. I've kept you at 24 frames per second because that last run got a little bit distracted with the mud guard and the batteries switching off. So let's have another run down and hopefully we'll be able to work it out when we get home in the editing, which I will try on my new Adobe software. Might take me all day to work it out. Yes, bike, yes. Oh, got the line a little wrong there. Sliding down. Oh, come on. Wow. There we go. Right. Glad I noticed that. Got to the bottom, pressed the GoPro, and it just did one sort of dip rather than a did when it finishes recording. So you missed the fact that you're now on a noose, keeping you at 24 frames per second, because the run that I did previously on the chesty got cut short, etc. So I'm keeping it at the same. Let's see what it looks like now. Oh, coming in. Sun's out, bike's out. It's running really nice now. Whee! We're getting used to the trail, getting a little faster, but also with the fastness, with the speed increasing, obviously you've got to slow down more for the corners. And the roots are still there waiting to catch me. There we go. Right, thought I'd just do a little bit of a voiceover on the way back. So trying to avoid all the 4x4s, going back up, which is normally a really nice fast downhill in the summer, but we're going back up towards home. So I hope this was marginally insightful, and hopefully on the big screen I'll be able to tell the difference. But until then, here we go. There's that bloke. Right, so I'll just tell you about that bloke. I was trying to tell him that take your earphones out, and your dog who was running around off the lead might get run over by those 4x4s, but he didn't want to know anything about it. So yeah, that's him there. Thank you very much. And when I said about that, he just looked at me as if I was some sort of weirdo, but hey ho.